Hello there you guys, welcome to one of my videos. Manchester United face a battle with Real Madrid for Mauricio Pochettinho. Real Madrid are interested in appointing Mauricio Pochettinho to replace Carlo Ancelotti. Real Madrid are unhappy with Carlo Ancelotti. Harry Kane to Manchester United is a possibility, especially if Mauricio Pochettino is appointed in as Manchester United's new manager. Pochettino has been in charge of PSG for over a year. His contract at PSG expires next year. I think Pochettino has won a French Cup with PSG. He is a good manager, even though he's hardly won anything. He's proven in the Premier League, which is beneficial because before, Pochettinho endured a 5.5-year managerial tenure with Tottenham. Analysing the vast majority of his managerial tenure at Tottenham were competing in and out of the top four. But back in 2018 he got Tottenham to their first ever Champions League final, and at one point he almost won the league when he was Tottenham manager. Before Tottenham he managed Southampton. He only enjoyed a short managerial tenure with them, but he still managed to guide Southampton to their highest ever finish in the Premier League. So they're the clubs he's managed in the Premier League so far, and before Southampton he managed Espanyol. As you all know, Ralph Rangnick and Richard Arnold want Erik ten Hag to become Manchester United's next permanent manager, and there's a lot of Manchester United fans that would like to see Erik ten Hag get recommended in. I think Erik ten Hag would be capable of winning trophies if he became Manchester United's next manager. You've got to admire the work he's done at Ajax. He's developed the young players well. He's won a couple of titles with them. Revert back to 2019, he got Ajax to the Champions League semi-finals. So there you go, he's been Ajax manager for over 4 years. He got appointed in as the Ajax manager back in 2017. His contract at Ajax expires next year. Before Ajax, Erik ten Hag managed Utrecht. Before then he managed Bayern Munich's reserves, and before then he managed Go Ahead Eagles. Like I updated you yesterday, The Athletic said that Manchester United have begun their search for a new permanent manager. Manchester United are looking for the 5th permanent manager since Ferguson. Manchester United have sacked 4 permanent managers since Ferguson. We sacked David Moyes, Louis van Gaal, Jose Mourinho, and last year Manchester United sacked Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Ralph Rangnick, he's Manchester United's interim manager. He's been Manchester United's interim manager for almost 3 months. He's the interim manager until the end of the season, then he's expected to take up a consultancy role for a further 2 years. Not so long ago, Rangnick said he wants the permanent Man United job. Rio Ferdinand reckons that Ralph Rangnick has done a good job at Manchester United. He's managed around 15 games as Manchester United's interim manager in all competitions. He's only lost 2 games in all competitions so far. He's only lost 1 game in the Premier League. I've got a lot of respect for Rangnick. I think he's a very good coach, and he's a German coach, and the vast majority of German coaches are very good. Unfortunately, Rangnick did not get backed in the January transfer window, and he actually got promised as well that he was going to get backed. He's endured one transfer window as Manchester United's interim manager. But Man United endured a very poor January transfer window because last month we didn't make any signings. Should have let Lingard and Henderson leave, but Man United blocked their exits, and we had the incident with Mason Greenwood towards the end of last month. But Man United did let around 8 players leave last month. Before Manchester United, Rangnick was the head of sports and development at Lokomotiv Moscow. He's tried a few different formations as Rangnick as well since he became Man United's interim manager. Obviously started off with the 4-2-2 formation, then obviously after that went with a 4-3-3 formation a few times. Then obviously he's been going with the 4-2-3-1 formation. So yeah, what formation do you think suits our standards under Rangnick? I've also got to give Rangnick credit as well because, revert back to earlier on this season, he recommended Ewan Sharping as an assistant coach and analyst. He also recommended Chris Armisen as an assistant coach, and he recommended Saz Chalenzin as a sports psychologist. Rangnick's already said that Manchester United's aim for this season is to finish in the top 4. Reflecting on the win against Leeds, there is a good chance now that Man United will finish in the top 4. But just finishing in the top 4 this season is not a successful season. If we're to win the Champions League and finish in the top 4, then it would be a successful season. The Champions League is the only chance Manchester United have got of winning a trophy this season. Manchester United have not won a trophy since 2017. That's nowhere near good enough to our standards. Manchester United have got very good players, but on the other side of things we've got inconsistent players as well. So obviously we've got the best player in the world overall in Cristiano Ronaldo. Ronaldo did play against Leeds at Elland Road. He weren't too good, to be honest with you. He did miss a sitter in that first half. It was Pogba that created that chance. Ronaldo did get a yellow card against Leeds. Ronaldo ended his goal drought against Brighton. He scored an amazing goal against Brighton. He should have had more than one goal against Brighton because he had some good headed chances. His overall performance against Brighton was very good. Prior to the Leeds game, it said Manchester United will allow Cristiano Ronaldo to leave in the summer. And Ronaldo will leave Manchester United if they fail to finish in the top 4. Prior to the Leeds game as well, it said Ronaldo was set to become Manchester United's new captain to replace Harry Maguire, but that's not going to happen this season because Rangnick's already said that Harry Maguire will remain Manchester United's captain until the end of the season. Since Ronaldo re-signed for Manchester United, he's got 15 goals in all competitions. He has over 800 goals in his career. Manchester United re-signed Ronaldo last summer for 20 million with add-ons included. He wears a number 7 shirt, and Ronaldo's contract at Manchester United expires next year. There's an option of a further year, and Ronaldo is the highest earner at the club at the moment, but he's won over 30 trophies in his playing career, including 5 Ballon d'Ors. Jadon Sancho, we're starting to get the best out of him now. Sancho played very well against Leeds at Elland Road. He got 2 assists. He also did well in the game against Brighton. Sancho scored in the 1-1 draw against Southampton. He also played very well at Turf Moor against Burnley. He did well in the cup game against Middlesbrough. He scored in that game, and reflecting on that, that was Sancho's first Old Trafford goal, and it was his FA Cup debut. Sancho played well in the game against Burnley at Old Trafford in the final game of last year, but unfortunately was denied a goal in that game. And he played well in the games against Chelsea and Villarreal away earlier on this season because he scored in both of them games. It's good to see that Sancho's settled in now. Obviously, he didn't settle in straight away, but not every player does. You know, Sancho's still done nowhere near as well as a lot of United fans expected. You know, revert back to when we had Solskjaer, we couldn't get the best out of Sancho because obviously Solskjaer did persistently play him out of position, and there was quite a few games Sancho didn't even play in under Solskjaer. Manchester United signed Sancho from Dortmund last summer, got him in a deal worth 78 million, with add-ons included. Man United paid 73 million up front. Sancho's under contract with Man United until June 2026 as an option of a further year. Sancho did endure 4 good years with Borussia Dortmund before he signed for Man United. Anthony Elanga, he's done very, very well since he broke into our first team squad. Anthony Elanga came off the bench and scored against Leeds. You know, his goal wrapped the game up. As you all know, Elanga got an object thrown at him, and obviously the FA have been investigating it. Earlier on this season, don't forget, Anthony Elanga missed a decisive penalty in the cup game against Middlesbrough, and reflecting on that, Elanga got racially abused, which I totally disagreed with. Elanga has been part of the club for a long time. He joined Manchester United's academy at the age of 12, and now he's 19 years of age. Revert back towards the end of last year, Elanga committed his future to the club because he signed a contract with Man United until June 2026. There's an option of a further year. Juan Mata, obviously he's still at the club. Obviously don't have a great deal of a perception on him anymore because Juan Mata doesn't get in the team. Juan Mata lost his place in the team a while ago. Juan Mata will leave Manchester United in the summer. He's out of contract at Man United in the summer. He's had a good career at Manchester United as Mata. He's made 277 appearances in all competitions and he's scored 51 goals. He's been at Manchester United for 8 years, so reflecting on that, he's been a long-serving player. Manchester United got Mata from Chelsea back in 2014, got him for 37.1 million. Revert back to 2020, Mata rejected an 18 million a year contract offer to play in Saudi Arabia. We also have Lingard. Lingard's not good enough. I'm expecting Lingard to leave Manchester United in the summer. He's out of contract at Man United in the summer. Like I said earlier on in the video, Lingard should have left last month. It was Newcastle and West Ham that were battling it out for Lingard last month. Surprisingly, Lingard started against Leeds at Ellen Road. Lingard has been part of the club for a long time. He is no part of academy in that, but doesn't get in the team much. Manchester United also have Marcus Rashford. I think Rashford's been in form recently. Rashford didn't play any part against Leeds at Ellen Road. You know, he may be involved in the game against Atletico Madrid tomorrow in the Champions League last 16 first leg. A lot of United fans, including me, have said though that Rashford has not been the same player since he had that operation on his shoulder. Rashford missed the first 2 months of the season with that shoulder operation. Earlier on this season he had a minor leg injury. Marcus Rashford has been part of the club for a long time. He's been a United player since the age of 7, and he broke into our senior squad back in 2016, and since then he's gone to make nearly 300 appearances in all competitions. Rashford's contract at Manchester United expires next year. He said earlier on this season that Rashford was preparing to open contract talks with Man United. Manchester United also have Edinson Cavani. Edinson Cavani is a good player. Cavani will leave Manchester United in the summer because it said earlier on this season that Edinson Cavani is expected to leave as a free agent in the summer. And he said Cavani prefers a move to La Liga. He's out of contract at Man United in the summer. Revert back to earlier on this season, Rangnick revealed that Edinson Cavani wanted to stay at Man United until the end of the season. Cavani's not available at the moment anyway because he's out with injuries. He's endured a few injuries since he signed for the club. Bruno Fernandes, he's also a very good player. He's one of our best players and he's certainly one of the best signings we've made since Ferguson retired. Fernandes is in form at the moment. He played very well against Leeds at Elland Road. He scored a good header. It was a good cross by Jadon Sancho to pick out Fernandes, and he also got an assist in the game. Fernandes also scored in the 2-0 win against Brighton. The goal against Brighton came in the 97th minute of stoppage time. Fernandes has been a Manchester United player for 2 years. Manchester United got him from Sporting Lisbon back in January 2020. Earlier on this season, like I updated you, The Athletic said that Bruno Fernandes rejected a contract offer from Man United. He said Bruno Fernandes' contract talks are postponed until the summer, having turned down an offer last year. He said at the time that Fernandes was demanding similar money to the top earners at the club. Fernandes receives just £100,000 a week at the moment, and he's under contract with Man United until 2025. There's an option of a further 12 months. Paul Pogba, he's a good player. He's not only a good player, he's an imperative player as well. And I've got to give Pogba credit. He's done really well in all the games he's played in since he recovered from injury. Pogba was very good against Leeds recently. He looked very good on the ball. He got into good positions, made some good runs, and like I said earlier on in the video, he created that Ronaldo chance. Can't understand why Pogba got taken off against Leeds. Probably was one of our best players. Pogba came on in the 2-0 win against Brighton and got an assist, so he made an impact there. He did well in the game against Southampton at Old Trafford. Unfortunately, had a goal disallowed in that game. And he scored in the game against Burnley at Turf Moor. That was his first goal of the season. And he did well on his return against Middlesbrough in the Cup. Pogba could leave Man United in the summer. He said not so long ago that Pogba is open to Premier League offers if he leaves Manchester United this summer. Pogba's out of contract at Man United in the summer, but earlier on this season he said Pogba would be open to staying at Man United beyond the end of his contract. And earlier on this season it said Pogba would be willing to stay at Man United as long as Ralph Rangnick is the manager for next season, because it said that Pogba's been impressed by Ralph Rangnick since his arrival. This season has been Pogba's 6th season at Man United since he re-signed. He's won three trophies at the club so far. He's played over 200 games. and Manchester United paid £89 million for him, so reflecting on that, he's our most expensive signing at the moment. We had him when he was a lot younger, under the Ferguson era, but had to let him go due to limited appearances. We also have Fred. Fred's not good enough to represent the club, but credit Fred, he did well when he came on against Leeds. He scored Manchester United's third goal. Good finish as well. It beat Mignolet at his near post. I think Mignolet should have saved that, to be honest with you. Earlier on this season, Fred was out with COVID. Fred's had his good games at Man United, he's also had his bad games as well. Manchester United got Fred a few years ago from Shakhtar Donetsk, got him for around £50 million. McTominay, don't think he's good enough to represent the club. He's had bad games at United, but he's also had good games as well. And I said earlier on this season that McTominay was one of our best performers under Rangnick. He wasn't too bad against Leeds at Ellen Road. McTominay's had two very good games against Leeds. He put a very good performance out against them on the opening day of the season when Man United won 5-1, and obviously did very well against them in the 6-2 win at Old Trafford last season, because McTominay scored twice in that game. McTominay did get booked in the game against Leeds at Ellen Road recently. I don't think McTominay will start against Atletico. I think Fred will start ahead of him. But McTominay, he's been part of the club for a long time. And revert back to 2020, he committed his future to the club. He signed a new 5-year contract. Matic, not good enough. Don't really get in the team now, does he? Matic is out of contract at Manchester United in the summer. I think Matic is the only predominant centre defensive midfielder Man United have got. Not so long ago, Matic had a shin injury. Manchester United got Matic from Chelsea back in 2017, got him for 40 million, so Matic has been at Manchester United for around 4.5, 5 years now. Alex Telles, he's a good left back. He's really impressed me under Rangnick. Well, he appeared to be our first choice left back under Rangnick, but obviously Luke Shaw started the last, 3 or 4 games, and to be fair, Shaw's been quite impressive. Telles obviously didn't play any part against Leeds at Ellen Road. Do you think Telles could leave Manchester United in the summer, because he has been subjected to transfer speculation before? The reason Man United brought Telles in was to provide competition for Shaw. Earlier on this season, Telles had COVID. He's had COVID a few times now. Manchester United got Telles from Porto back in 2020, got him for £15.4 million. And Luke Shaw, I reckon that he's a very good left back overall. Like I said, he's done well in the last few games he's played in. Played against Leeds at Ellen Road. He got the assist for Harry Maguire's opening goal from the corner. Luke Shaw, though, did get a yellow card in the game. A lot of people saying that Luke Shaw could have been sent off against Leeds. He is injury prone, is Luke Shaw, which is a concern. He has been at Manchester United for around 8 years, so reflecting on that, he's been a long-serving player. Harry Maguire, now he's not good enough. I've criticised him so many times. I think Man United need to sell Maguire in the summer. And not so long ago, a lot of Manchester United fans were demanding for the captaincy to be taken off Maguire. But obviously, like I said, Rangnick said that Maguire will remain Man United's captain until the end of the season. But to be fair to Maguire, he's done well in his last 2 games. He did well against Leeds recently. Scored a very good header from the corner. That was the first goal Man United had scored from a corner this season. And he did well in the 2-0 win against Brighton, because in that game he looked solid in possession. He brought the ball out well from the back. And he looked very assertive on the ball. Manchester United overpaid for Maguire, got him for 80 million, so he's the most expensive centre-half in the world at the moment, and he's the second most expensive signing at the club, behind Paul Pogba. Maguire's been at Man United over 2 years, and he's endured a few injuries since he signed for the club. Raphael Varane, he's also a very good centre-back. Varane didn't start against Leeds at Ellen Road, but he did come on in the game. Not so long ago, Varane had illness. I think he had pains in his stomach. Most of the time when Varane plays, he seems to make the difference. Well, he is regarded as one of the best centre-halves in the world, isn't he? He's highly experienced. And, he's won a lot of trophies in his playing career. Obviously the trophies he won were at Real Madrid. Manchester United signed Varane last summer from Real Madrid, paid 34 million up front. It rises up to around 41-42 million with add-ons. Varane's got a contract with Man United until 2025. There's an option of a further year. Eric Bailly, he's a good centre-half. But Bailly is injury prone, which is a concern, and Bailly lost his place in the team a while ago. I reckon Bailly will leave Manchester United in the summer. Bailly's been at Manchester United for over 5 years now, is it? Got him from Villarreal back in 2016. Man United paid £30 million for him. Brought him in under the Jose Mourinho era. Last year, Eric Bailly signed a new contract with the club until 2024. Manchester United also have Phil Jones. Phil Jones is another one who doesn't get in the team. I think the last time he played was the cup game against Middlesbrough. He didn't start that game, but he came on. He started the game against Wolves at Old Trafford earlier on this season. That's only because Maguire picked up an injury. But in the game against Wolves at Old Trafford earlier on this season, without doubt, Jones was our best performer in that game. This season has been his 11th season at Man United, so reflecting on that, he's been a long-serving player. His contract at Manchester United expires next year. At one point, Phil Jones was out with a knee injury for a while. Of course, we've got Victor Lindelof as well. I don't think he's good enough, but he's had some good games this season. Obviously, Lindelof started alongside Maguire against Leeds at Ellen Road. Do you think we should sell Lindelof in the summer? Yeah, we should. At one point he was out for a while, was Lindelof, due to personal reasons. Manchester United got Lindelof from Benfica back in 2017. We got him for around 31 million. Lindelof's under contract with Man United till 2024. So they're the centre-halves we've got, and we've got Diego Dalot, who is our first choice right back under Rangnick. He's not great, Dalot, but he's had some good games under Rangnick, to his credit. Dalot didn't play any part against Leeds at Ellen Road. We decided to start on Wan-Bissaka. Revert back to Dalot. Do you think Dalot will leave Manchester United in the summer, because he has been subjected to transfer speculation before? Last season, Dalot had a loan spell with AC Milan, so reflecting on that, again, some experience. Got Dalot from Porto a few years ago now. Got him for, £19 million. His contract at Manchester United expires next year. And Aaron Wan-Bissaka don't play much now, but like I've just said, played against Leeds, and to be fair, he put a good performance out against Leeds. Look, defensively, Aaron Wan-Bissaka is good, but the attacking side of his game lets him down. We could even offload Bissaka in the summer. This season's been his third full season at Man United. We got him from Crystal Palace, didn't we? Man United got him for around £50 million. And obviously we've got one of the best goalkeepers in the world in David De Gea. De Gea did alright against Leeds. He made some good saves, but he got beaten by Rodrigo's cross. It caught De Gea out of surprise, you know, he weren't expecting that. Like I updated you yesterday, De Gea said ahead of the game against Atletico Madrid that I don't see myself away from Manchester United. De Gea will be reuniting with Atletico Madrid tomorrow. Don't forget, De Gea got named the Premier League's Player of the Month for January. Well, he's won everything domestically at the football club, and he's made over 500 appearances for Man United in all competitions. You know, this season's been his 11th season at Man United, so reflecting on that, he's been a long servant. He's been with us since the Ferguson era. His contract at Man United expires next year. De Gea receives, £375,000 a week, so he's the second highest earner at the club. You know, Man United's second choice goalkeeper is Henderson. He's an alright keeper, Henderson, but doesn't get in goal now, does he? Because De Gea reclaimed that number one spot back last summer. Henderson's only made 3 appearances this season. Not so long ago, Henderson got arrested for abusing his girlfriend, you know. Got Tom Eaton, third choice goalkeeper. Tom Eaton obviously doesn't get in team. He's, you know, back up. Tom Eaton's out with injury anyway at the moment. Man United got Tom Eaton on a free transfer from Aston Villa last summer. I think at the time he signed a 2-year contract with an option of a 3rd year. And I still think Lee Grant's at Man United as well. So there you go. Rangnick's press conference should be coming up today ahead of the game against Atletico Madrid in the Champions League. I probably will be giving you my reaction to his press conference. So yeah. So anyway guys, that's everything to update you with. Drop your comments, likes below on the channel. If you do, consider subscribe as always, and take care. God bless. See you all again very, very soon.